Kraig Chiles on the field after a Sockers 9-5 victory over the California Cougars. Craig, it's always a physical game when these two teams meet up. I just saw that cut. We were talking about it on the broadcast, swelling up on your right forearm. Riley Swift takes a concussion at the end of the game. Boy, it's hard to get out of these contests unscathed.
Yeah, yep, it's a physical game. Everyone's coming. It's the tail end of the season. Everyone's playing with knocks. No one's fully healthy, so that's how this game is.
Kraig Chiles gets 2 goals very early. You scored in the first 90 seconds. You pot another one just about 2 minutes later. Talk about the early offense. You guys came out of the chute very fast and then cooled off.
Yeah, I think we went for 5 in the first quarter and then 0 in the second quarter. We came out the gates like we normally do, and they did a good job shutting us down in the second quarter. And even the third quarter, I think, was tough for us, but, you know, we pulled it out in the end.
Miguel Aderado comes up with a big power play goal there to make it 7-4. And then once California went to 6 attackers, I thought it was nice to see that had been an effective strategy against you guys in past games against this team. This time you guys were able to get some quick goals to put the game out of reach.
Yeah, we've been working on that a little bit, and we know maybe we're going to see that in the North American Championship. If we go up in the semis or the finals, you know, they're going to come out and try and win that game, and they're going to pull 6 attackers. So, you know, we have to be prepared to play.
Brian Farber, 4 more assists. What's his impact on this team offensively?
Yeah, he's a good player, and he's an unselfish player, and he seems to find the right pass and make the right decision every time.
Craig, I got to ask you about that fourth quarter when all of a sudden it's like someone turned on the jets and water started flying in the southern end of the arena, and the canopies went flying. What was that like out on the field?
It was slippery out there. It was interesting. You know, I think that happened once last year during Edmonton, and haven't seen that since, and I don't know if we'll see that again. It was interesting. A little hurricane come through or something.
Was it safe footing for you guys out there?
Yeah, on one side of the field, it was, you know, the turf held up, and the other side was really slippery, and it happened to be the side where, you know, Swift got his little head injury, and I think that guy was lunging for the ball. Swift's feet maybe slipped out a little, his feet slipped out a little, and, you know, they hit heads or they connected, but might have had something to do with that.
Well, get some ice on that forearm, that nasty welt, and we'll see you out there Saturday as you go for the Golden Boot.
Yep, thank you.
Brian Farber down on the field. Love to see you here at the Del Mar Arena, Brian, making the trip down to San Diego to face your old team, the Stockton Cougars. 9-5, the final score, goal of sorts, and 4 assists. First things first, what were your emotions and feelings coming back to face your old team?
It was bittersweet. I wanted to play against anybody because every time I come down here and play with the team, I get a little closer with the guys. We have a better understanding, and we're building for a championship, so I need to continue that. But playing against my old team it was interesting. I know every one of them pretty much, so I know what they're going to do. I have a guess of what they're going to do better than most, and so I kind of use that as my advantage. But at the same time, I didn't know how they were going to react toward me being the other color. So it was fun though. Ultimately, it turned out good. Everyone was really nice. No dirty tackles, and you know I'm not injured, so you know every game that you're not injured is a good game.
The fact that you're not injured, we are thankful to the Cougars for not kicking you too hard in the legs, but also for your ability to maintain your footing on the Del Mar slip and slide turf after somebody turned on the hurricane jets there in the fourth quarter and started blowing a monsoon over the southern wall. What was the feeling like on the bench when you guys saw everything go crazy?
I was on the bench right when it came in. We were looking down at the end, and some of the tents were flying around. Kind of concerned for some of the fans for a second, and then we realized everyone on the field began slipping, so everyone was trying to be careful. No one wants to get hurt, you know, especially in the last 5 minutes of a game. But you know, that's the game. Everyone deals with the elements, and we were all in the same field, so it wasn't much of an advantage. But you know, with the lead, it kind of was. It let us allow to back off, and we don't have to press as hard. And the ground was pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. With indoor soccer, this is the one unique facility where outdoor elements can play at least an oblique role when the wind and the rain comes in sideways. Now, what was the difference between that 5-goal first quarter for San Diego and the second and third quarters when the Cougars really put the clamps on you guys and climbed back to within 1 goal?
You know, indoor is a game of momentum, and they took it away from us in the second quarter, and it took a while for us to wake up. When we did, we took it right back in the fourth. So I mean, it does that. Indoor soccer, you'll see that a lot. There'll be waves of goals for one team, and then it's tied back up, and another team will spread it out. So we just kind of allowed them to get back in the game with controlling the ball, and they had a couple of quick goals and pulled it within enough. But I don't think that we were ever to the point where we were panicked. So it didn't feel like it on the bench, it didn't feel like it on the field, but it was like, okay, when's somebody going to do something for us? And finally we made it happen.
Well, last question for you. This was your 4th game with the team now. Are you starting to feel that comfort level? I mean, the points show the story, but how do you feel as a player?
I feel great. This team's, I think I said in the first interview ever that basically the first time I walked into practice with these guys, they were all accepting. So it's nice to have that. I've been on other teams where some guys are looking out for their positions, or maybe they're they're not interested in adding another player to the mix. They're just comfortable where they are. But these guys are all happy that I'm here, and I'm happy to be here and play with them. And this team's awesome. We're going to go win another couple championships.
The Sockers are family. That's something that everyone who comes through finds out pretty quick. Brian Farber, welcome to the family already. You're a big part of it. Thanks for 5 points again tonight.